What's up, everybody? Jensen Cummings here. Thank you for tuning in the very first day of June. May was a fucking crazy long month. I'm excited for June. A lot of opportunity happening. So great to be with you on this Monday, episode 91. I have Jill Elizabeth with us from Dallas, Texas, aka DJ Just Jill, also a hospitality professional. Jill, thanks for taking some time.
Hello.
I see your setup in the background. We're going to talk a little DJing, but first, I want to take everyone back, a little origin story. Kind of give us a little bit of your background, where you're from, kind of how you came up, and then we'll talk about the industry, because very much want to find out kind of who and how you are within the industry itself and your experience therein. So take us back a little bit. Where are you from originally?
I am from Bedford, Texas.
Okay.
It's in between Fort Worth and Dallas. Born and raised. As soon as I was able to get out of that town, I did. My dad moved to Las Colinas, and I went with him. And then from there, I slowly made my way into Dallas, Oaklawn area, and I have been in the Dallas Uptown Oaklawn area pretty much 22 years. I haven't left this spot, so these are my stomping grounds here. Yes.
Talk to us about restaurants then. When did you first get into restaurants?
Well, I was a hostess when I was 16 years old. I did a lot of host work, Bennigan's, Chili's, a lot of corporate spots. Those were my first job. Actually, my first job was working at McDonald's at 15, the summer of me turning 16. So my first, I guess, service job, which I loved. I loved it. It was one of the best jobs I've ever had. And then from there, I hosted. And then from there, I found the entertainment raving industry.
Yeah.
Somebody brought me to my first rave, and I probably was 17 years old. And I was like, oh my God, I want to be a DJ.
Had to do it.
Yes. And then from there, I was very passionate about it. And all my friends, would have me come over, and I would practice on their turntables, and I would probably play for hours and hours and hours on end, just trying to figure it out for a couple of years. And then I figured it out, and then I labeled myself as DJ Just Jill. It was actually Jazzy Jill at first, and then I changed it to Just Jill.
I see where your influence is coming from, huh? Little Fresh Prince action there.
But
and give us some time frame. When was this for you? Like, when did it crystallize for you that DJing was something that was important to you?
I'm in 1997. I was 17, but it started becoming a real deal when I was 20, 21, when I actually got it down and I was able to purchase my own records, and I became good. So I was like, I want to play out. And different people would let me come to their gigs and open and play. And so a lot of after parties was where I got to play out, because it wasn't as, I guess it was a place I could not be perfect and learn the trade.
Yes.
So
anywhere somebody will put you on is the right place to be. It gives you an opportunity. Yes. I don't care if it's 6 people near a pool table. Like, go and flourish in your craft. I think that's an important thing. And so the reason that I'm asking this and I'm interested in the DJing and the restaurants is because a lot of people have the experience of either restaurants or DJing or anything else for them. One or the other is kind of a side hustle, or they both feed a different kind of passion that they have for entertaining and interacting with people, which I think is amazing and important. And also financially, it can be a struggle on both sides of that equation. Starving artists in restaurants and in DJing, to be sure. And I'm sure you've experienced that. And so talk about that maybe a little bit. Do you take any experiences or strengths from restaurants to DJing and vice versa? Maybe connect those dots for us.
Well, you are entertaining. When I wait on people, I'm entertaining, and I love it. So it's a form of entertainment, talking, communicating, dancing around, whatever,
Putting on a show.
Bringing energy, positive energy to the field. So that's where I get it. I guess they're both kind of alike. When I'm behind the music, the decks, it's positive music. Everybody's happy, good times, good vibes. And then when I wait tables, I only want my guests to be happy and feel great and leave like, I smiled today. I felt good. Jill was amazing and made me feel great about life for that maybe 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes of their whole life or day or whatever.
I love it. Do you find yourself trying to input your opinions or playlists into the restaurant playlists? I feel like I've known DJs and stuff. They're like, let me take Friday night and I'm going to show you how to turn this place into the kind of energy I have at my shows.
Well, we use like the Spotify or the computer, the iPad, and I'll always go to the iPad and like either turn the volume up or like look and change the playlist because we have like 4 set playlists with different songs. And when I come on, I make sure the sound is up because no one really pays attention. I'm like, the music's off or the volume, or I'll go up and turn it up. Let's say it's Friday night.
Yeah.
And it's about 8:30-ish, 7:30-ish when the vibe is getting popping. I'll turn the music up a little more so that everybody is like feeling it and having a good time. Yeah. So
I like it. I think that's really great from a purely practical standpoint. We're trying to create ambiance in restaurants, and quite often you see this. You walk into a place, the music is way too loud, the music is completely off. Lighting, it's like people have like a light, like a strobe light in their face when it's supposed to be soft and mood, and it's twilight time. So I can tell that you're thinking about the energy in the space from a audio visual standpoint, which I think is an important skill from DJing that you bring to the restaurant, so that skill set flows both ways, which I think is important. All right, I got a good understanding kind of where you're coming from. You're on this show because of one of the most important functions of Best Served, and that is for us to acknowledge what we call hashtag unsung hospitality heroes. There are millions of people across this country that are part of this industry that are the bedrock, that are so important, that fly under the radar by their own choice or the mechanism of media or just the grind that is this industry. And so Michael Lauderdale, who's been on the live show, he was on Randall Broad's full episode down in Dallas, highlighted you and said you are one of the best people, full stop, and amazing in the hospitality industry. And so I want everyone to know, like, that shit matters to me so much, that somebody like Micah, who's just a promoter of the industry, said, you have to talk to Jill. I said, yes, absolutely. And you even were a little like nervous and not sure, like, am I supposed to be on this show or whatever? You absolutely are, Jill. So I want you to know that. And everybody in this industry has an opportunity for their story to be shared because it's important. I really think it is. So I wanted to highlight that and let people know, let me know, let Best Served know, tag Best Served podcast, use the hashtag unsung hospitality heroes, and acknowledge the people that fucking matter at every level of the industry throughout your career, currently, formerly. It's important. So I wanted to take a moment to say that. I know Micah sure is watching. Thank you for continuing to highlight people. I am grateful to talk to Jill right now. So Jill, let's talk about currently a little bit. Hudson House. You said to me right before we went on, like, one of the best jobs you've ever had. Talk about going in there, being a part of that culture, why you are so passionate about a restaurant like that. I want people to know, and hopefully they have the same experience or they go seek out that experience. But talk about Hudson House for you.
Well, a lot has to do with our food is amazing, and that is important. I think
it's pretty important for a restaurant.
It has to be amazing because I can sell anything. I can talk to anybody and make anybody believe that this is the most amazing hamburger or whatever, but it's nice to actually say and express the item with passion and love, standing behind each item on the menu and actually genuinely selling it and telling somebody to order this. And I don't have to be like, oh man, I can't believe I just did that.
Yeah.
Like that
the integrity of the product really does matter.
So everything on that menu, I'm happy and stand 100% behind. And so it feels good having my guests enjoy the item that I served them. And they're like, man, you weren't kidding. This is delicious. And then they come back. And not only that, the guests are amazing. The people I work with are amazing. We had like a utopia. It was just an energy flow. And I think a lot has to do with the food. And the guests are happy, and it's just, I love it. I love that place, and I stand 100%. Who are
some of the people that you work with? Let's give them some acknowledgement. Who are some of the chefs, some of the other servers, bartenders? Who are the people that you admire, that when you go to work, they go, fuck yeah, I'm working with Jill, and vice versa, that you go, yes, I'm so glad that I'm scheduled with this person? Because I know there's people like that always. You check the schedule, you look at your schedule, and then you look down on your day.
Everybody that I work with I was on GroupMe last night. That's the app we use, and I haven't gone back to work yet. And a couple other of my employer, like people I work with, haven't gone back either. And I saw them on our schedule that they'll be coming back. And I messaged them, both of them, Brooke. Anyway, I messaged both of them, and I was like, I'm so glad to see you on the schedule, so that you're coming back. I look forward to seeing you and working with you. And then there was one person that wasn't on there, and I was like, where's Sam? How come he's not coming back? Anyway, I guess he's just not ready to go back into the service industry with the coronavirus still being around, with no vaccine or whatever his reason is. So, yeah. But I love everybody.
Who leads the kitchen there? Who's the chef, sous chef? Like, well, introduce us to some of these people.
We don't really have a sous. It's not like that. It's a little more
by committee.
Put me on the spot there, but we were just turning into a new chef, so I don't really know.
It's understood. No problem there. So you mentioned right now everything that's happening with kind of coronavirus. Restaurants are one of the hardest hit industries, as well as live entertainment is massively struck by this. And so for you, two of your passions and two of your livelihoods are like at risk. When you're thinking about that, obviously, look, let's just say it's really difficult and trying. For you though, especially DJing, like, are you thinking about the digital landscape as, you know, the opportunity to live stream music? Are you thinking about putting things on SoundCloud? Can I just take us through your creative process?
Definitely SoundCloud, and I'll be putting stuff, and I'm looking into production right now. So I just purchased my first MacBook, which is important with producing excellent music. So I just did that. So it's baby steps right now, one step at a time. I'm not going to rush it because I know what I want to do, and I know when I'm going to do it, and it's going to happen. Every time I rush something, it never turns out the way that it should. So I've noticed to be patient, and it will come, and it will just come together. It won't be hard to come together. So
that's
slowly
great.
but surely.
Tell people where they can best find you. If somebody wants to engage with you, hear your music, hire you, please, people, find somebody to hire DJ Just Jill to live stream and put that energy out there. Or hell, hire her to put together a playlist for your restaurant, because you know it's going to be hype. Like, where can people find you?
You can find me at Instagram, Jillian Elizabeth. That's where I'll be. I'm also on Facebook, Jill Elizabeth. I am working on a SoundCloud right now, and that will be posted in due time.
I love it. At Jillian Elizabeth, yes?
Yes.
All right. I'm posting that right now. People, go find her. Let's support for sure. All right. I'm going to pin that so everybody has it, because I think it's important. I know this is always a strange thing for artists. Tell me about your music, but tell me about your music kind of stylistically, like what could people expect? What other artists potentially might people know in your genre that you're like, that is something that I'm really into?
Well, I can cater to all types of crowds, from restaurant to big room to a club to a small, like, say, art gallery. So I am very eclectic, and but my passion, my number one, is house music.
Okay.
I love house music. I love Caribbean house music, beachy vibes.
Cool.
Like you're in Ibiza, or, you know, right near the beach. And
I think we all want to be in Ibiza right now.
Yeah.
I think that sounds pretty dope to me, to be sitting on a beach somewhere. Very cool. And for you, when you're thinking about that, because you said you can kind of cater to, when you're thinking about an event or you're thinking about hosting a party, something like that, I'm interested in your creative process. How are you kind of getting to the core of the type of music, the type of vibe that you're going to set for them, knowing that you can kind of be malleable and play to the crowd a little bit? Where does your head go when you're thinking about how to kind of best serve your audience?
It's weird. It's very natural.
I bet. Yeah.
I'm a grab bag DJ too. So, and I know I can just, it's a natural ability that I have. I just can read a crowd and immediately know where it's going. I like to, it's almost like a roller coaster ride, start out kind of nice and slow, work my way up. You're going up the hill, up, and then down we
go. Clack, 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 and then down.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. and then there's the climax, and everybody's just like dancing and having a great time. But number one is everybody's having a good time. I like to create that energy. No, happy, just housey vibes, good times.
Yeah, good energy. I can appreciate that. Which again speaks to, I think, the way that you've been able to navigate that, having your guests right in front of you, face-to-face interaction. When you're in the room, you're able to feed off their energy. You're able to like pick one person out of the crowd and go, I'm gonna make you have a good time and turn that frown upside down 100%. So then with that, how then are you thinking about that on the digital landscape? Because a lot of times you can't read people's energy. Hopefully there's comments or whatever. You're having to generate that yourself. Is that something that you've been kind of thoughtful about?
I pretty much jam out how I would want to jam out.
Yes.
It's a little more personal, and like this is Jill's stuff right here. If you like it or love it or leave it. Like this is the nitty gritty. Grimy, this is me.
I absolutely love that. And honestly, the more that we find our grimy, whatever that is for us, it's a huge unlock, because people go, yes, whatever you've got right now, I need that in my life, because your energy, the positivity that you put out there, it's infectious. Like that's the positive, infectious energy that I want to spread. Fuck coronavirus. That's exactly what we want, is that level of energy and excitement. And so I've even seen TikToks, where people like are fake DJing, and there's like two people like on the other side of the pool, just like hyped up, dancing, like, yeah. And there's like, well, there's no crowd here, but I'm still going to make sure and bring that level of energy, that commitment, which I'm super excited about. When you think about the potential to get back to work, to get back to DJing, let's talk about the people that are a part of that a little bit more for you. Like, are you just grateful for the opportunity to be in a room with 10 people, 100 people, to be able to share your craft? Talk about how important it is for people on the other side of the DJ booth, the other side of the table when it comes to hospitality, because I know that connection you have really fuels you.
So come again?
So for you, when you think about the people that are going to be, when you get back to work, DJ, restaurant, the people that are on the other side of the equation that you get to impart that energy onto, talk about them a little bit. How important are they to you?
A lot. I'm sure they're missing me. I haven't been back, and we have a small restaurant. So I guarantee I've built such a great relationship with a lot of my guests that they're probably a little concerned, because this happened so fast. We were open, I think, and then shut down within a day. Wow. So it was like I was at work, and then immediately the next day it was no more. And so a lot of my guests know my daughter. They know of my daughter. I'm sure they were like, oh my God. Like, and I was worried about them too. I actually made a couple phone calls to them and checked on them. And what's upsetting is a lot of them have lost their jobs too. Yeah. So I don't know what to expect. Hopefully I'll see them soon and they'll be back. But I miss them.
Yeah, those relationships are everything. We see that right now. The relationships that you have with your team and sending them a group text, the relationship with our guests, I think is really important. I hope it's the number one thing that comes back, is how important the people we surround ourselves with are, because sometimes in the grind, the minutia of the day-to-day, the fast pace and all of that, like we forget about that sometimes. So I think that's important, and clearly that's important to you. So, all right, I want some playlist items. Give us some artists, some songs from way back in '97 when it first clicked for you, or contemporary ones, or anything like that. What are a couple things that we need to go and geek out on? Some playlist items.
Well, a few of my favorite artists, house-wise, are Miguel Miggs, Cascade, Derek Carter, Carl Cox. I love John Digweed, which is Deep Dish. Sasha and John Digweed are probably progressive house-wise. Those are like, when I start producing, that's the sound I really want to like, kind of as a guideline to follow, because they are just incredible, so intelligent. But those are my top favorites. And then Satoshi Tomei. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But I kind of like to keep it VIP, quiet, until I'm kind of on the DL, what I'm working with and who I'm working with and what I'm doing. But those are a few of my favorite artists that I definitely is a go-to. Those are go-to people.
That's really great. I love that. Let's make sure you and I will sync back and circle back and tag some of them or websites, because I want people to be introduced to that new music. I want that connection for you personally and with other artists. I think it's super important because we're just cultivating that community is going to be massive. So, Jill, this is great. I love this. A couple new artists in my head, a couple new thoughts about the way that a DJ might influence what's happening within a restaurant from a music and playlist and sound, ambiance, and lighting. All of those things I think are important. This is why I do this show. Introduce to somebody new, learn a couple things, share somebody, and I'm hoping that 2 people, 5 people today, in a month from now, hit you up and go, you know what? I saw that show you were on, and I'm super excited because I love that artist too. And I'm hosting a party for New Year's Eve, and I'd love to have you be a part of that. That, to me, the best part that could ever happen from this show. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to talk with you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Jill. Be good. Have a great day. Cheers.
All right. Bye-bye.
I love it, you guys. I love it. I am so happy about this. I'm more. Give me more. Connect me to more people. Whoever it is that you are yourself, who doesn't think that, I don't have the background, the pedigree, the story, I'm this, I'm that. You're fucking perfect. You are perfect for this show. I will help us navigate and find those nuggets. We will drop nuggets on people because your story is important. Because now, as somebody who thinks about restaurants holistically and very specifically and practically from an operator's mindset as well, I'm thinking about DJs. Every restaurant needs to hire a DJ because more and more it's going to be about setting the tone, setting an expectation for the vibe, the energy that you're going to feel. DJs, now I know. They're going to bring a different mindset for music, for lighting, for energy. I think it's great. So appreciate that. Please, everybody, connect me with more people. Reach out to me. I need it. I love it. I feed off of it. It's what this show's about. Hashtag unsung hospitality heroes. Do it now. Right now, there's somebody in your community, in your network that you've worked with in the past, that you work with currently, that you're looking forward to get back to work with, that matters. I want to know them. We, the Best Served community, want to know them. I'm creating opportunities for people at every level to be a part of this story because your story matters. It matters. All right, that's it. Great show today. June, fired up. June is going to be a killer month. I'm excited. Now you're excited because my positive energy, I'm spreading that infectious positive energy. Let's go, people. So tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Tuesday, June 2nd, Caroline Glover up for a James Beard Award. Amazing chef, even more amazing person and operator. Very different model for her restaurant, Annette, in Aurora, Colorado. We're going to talk a little bit about the way that she's investing in people, investing in a different type of restaurant model. Really looking forward to that one. All right, everybody. Be good.